Hello everyone, welcome to Bella's Crochet Gifts. I'm Bella. All right, so today I was tagged in the hashtag M&M stitch tag that was being put forth by Sam and Mike at Memphis Makes. And I was tagged by Bridget from Queen's Crafts by Bridget, and I was also tagged by Vicky at Cat Mom Crafts. So thank you, ladies. I really appreciate it. And let's get into these questions. It looks like there is 10 of them, and I'm going to do my best to answer these. I haven't really read through them or like pre-thought about it, so we're just going off the cuff. All right, so what is your favorite stitch to use for wearables? Okay, so I kind of put wearables in two different categories because like for years and years I made like hats and scarves, like a ton of them, and I would generally just do double crochets. But as I went on in crafting, I got into shawls, and I really enjoyed doing like more like a shell stitch or a V stitch for like shawls and such to give it more drape, more airy look, make it prettier. But if I'm gonna do like a cardigan, I'm probably gonna either go with like a granny stitch or a double crochet to make the wearable, just because it's less holes or it works up faster. And it's interesting because you look at how much yarn goes into like a sweater and you're like, that's practically a blanket. I mean, you don't think about how much yarn you need to go into an actual wearable garment. It's like mind-blowing to me. So like I will generally go to probably a double crochet or some form of a double crochet, because that's what I love to do. Let's see. What is your favorite stitch to use for household items? So when you say household items, I think instantly a dish rag or a pot holder or something for scrubbing. I don't usually think of a blanket as a household item, even though it is. I mean, my mind just goes to cleaning supplies. So as far as like a dish rag or, you know, something for scrubbing, that is going to be the lemon peel stitch, which is a double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, and then you switch when you go back. So it gives a nice textured feel to it. So I like that. And then if I am doing a like a pot holder, like if I'm doing like hot pads or one of those, you know, the hot pads where you make the thing and then you crochet out and then you fold it back in, those are going to be probably a single crochet, just so that it gives it the densest stitches possible. And then let's see, what is your favorite stitch to use for blankets? Well, that's going to be the granny square, of course, or the granny stitch. I have been making granny square blankets for pretty much almost as long as I've been crocheting. Like as soon as I learned the granny square, I made all the granny squares. So I made blocks, I made so many, you know, just continuous granny square blankets. I made a ton. I mean, I'm still making a ton. I make them all the time. So it's got to be the granny square. What is your least favorite stitch? So I would have to say it's the half double crochet, because I always seem to get my hook stuck on going through all those loops, which is weird because like I'm doing almost the same thing with a double crochet, smooth, very rarely gets hung up. I don't mind doing triples, you know, that's 3 times up. Something about the 3 loops pulling through always seems to catch me up, and it makes it a slower project to work. And the funny thing is like I don't mind doing baubles and like things like that. Maybe it's because they're looser, or like you do the stitches a little taller, but something about the half double always slows me down and it drives me crazy. um what is your favorite way to join pieces together? So as far as like my granny squares, I'm gonna do a slip stitch. I like a slip stitch joint. I know it gives you a ridge and it does flatten out over time, but it is the fastest way I can make a blanket and attach it. And so that's what I'm gonna go with. If I'm doing something specialty, then I will go ahead and do something a little bit more intricate, like where you add a row and then like do like, you know, weaving back and forth, like the crisscross sag or something like that. But for the most part, I prefer just to slip stitch them together. Let's see, number 6. What stitch have you not tried but want to? I want to do mosaic crochet. So I love the idea of doing color work, and I haven't previously, I haven't found anything that was like, yes, I need to make that. And my precursor was doing the filet crochet flower pattern, which is getting my mind kind of in that mindset of making a picture out of skipping and, you know, or like the window stitches. So getting the idea that you're doing these stitches but not these stitches, and you know, that kind of a thing. So I really want to do a mosaic crochet, and I think I've got a pattern. Just saying. All right, let's see. Number 7. What kind of crochet stitch do you what kind of stitch do you do the most? Traditional, mosaic, tapestry. Well, honestly, I double crochet the most, but I don't think that's what they meant. As far as like projects I like to, or I really enjoy, I do like things that are like lacier. I've made a lot of the virus shawl. It's a beautiful pattern. I like the visual text, or like the visual aesthetic of it. Like it's got the holes, but it's also like very, very symmetrical. I mean, I do like a lot of shawls, and I like the variety of stitches that many of the shawls that I've done have worked out as. I don't know. I don't like strictly follow a tradition. Like I try a little bit of everything, and then like I'll get stuck on something and be like, I make a lot of that. Or like I'll try a lot of this. So there's that. Number 8, what stitch most impresses you in a crochet piece? Ooh, impresses me. If we're talking knitting, it's definitely Fair Isle. But like, I like the idea of it, but I mean, it scares me a little bit. But for crochet, maybe a really intricate graphghan would intimidate me. Like the people that are doing like photo real pictures with single crochet, that just blows my mind, and I don't think I would have the patience for it. It definitely is impressive. Something that to that scope would be very awesome, but I know how I am, and I don't know if I'd be able to like make like the full graft can of something. I made a pumpkin. I think I have a picture. I did a corner to corner pumpkin, and that was my introduction and kind of finishing. It's the only one I did of that style. But he turned out cute. I don't know. I would say graft cans are very impressive. Number 9, is there any stitch you really loathe doing and would avoid patterns that contain it? I do not enjoy half double crochets, but if a pattern requires it or if it is in the pattern, I will not avoid it. I did change a sweater pattern that was done in all half doubles to doubles, and it ended up being really big and I had to frog a ton, but that is only the one instance I can think of where I purposefully changed something and it didn't work out as well. But like, I mean, half doubles, there's not that much difference between a half double and a double crochet. So if I can, you know, change it up a little bit, it's not as big a deal. But if I'm doing like say a hooked on sunshine pattern where there's a reason why you're doing the half doubles, I'll go ahead and do them, but I won't avoid a pattern just specifically because it has half doubles in it. Let's see. Number 10, what is your most basic stitch or combination? Well, granny clusters, of course. Now I do enjoy like I said, I like the shell stitch. I do like the V stitches. I do like something that gives you a little bit more visual texture, like, you know, in the back loop or, you know, things like that. But like, as far as my go-to basic, it's probably going to be some form of a shell or a V stitch, you know, just because it's easy and fun and looks nice and looks like you tried harder than you really did. Okay, so as far as tagging goes, I would like to tag Ray at Ray's Yarn Addiction, of course. And then I'm going to tag Neva at Manic Mama Musings and my friend Trish at Trish's Creative Treasures. Consider yourselves tagged, ladies. I want to know what you have to say. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day or night or whatever it is. I hope it's wonderful. Bye!